I'm your host, Danache, and I am joined by the guys. You guys need to tab it. What am I calling you guys? The Velasquez brothers? Like, what are we doing here?
The bad betters.
What
The bad betters is good.
That's what we're sticking with?
I guess
I like the bad betters.
I don't like that.
Okay. All right, skip that. What do you think,
the
Danache?
Velasquez brothers.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Velasquez Bros.
Or switch it up. I don't know. We got to get until we get the tag.
All right, let's go with the Velasquez Bros. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Well, welcome. If you're new to the show, subscribe, ping, so you can get all our notifications. Marvin, which one is my camera? Because I never know. I'm thinking it's that one. Yay, me. I've only been doing this for 4 seasons.
We got this. We're working it out.
We're working it out. And to everybody that's, continue to rock with us, share, like, subscribe. So much to get into. We're talking Bill Belichick's legacy. We're talking Giants blunder. We're talking about a revival in the Jets. I don't know. But, guys, let's just hit it off with Danny Dimes. The Giants. Yeah, it's not looking hot. Period.
Danny Dimes, I'll apologize on the behalf of your offensive line. I mean, he didn't have a play longer than 5 seconds to throw the ball. He couldn't even, Danny Jones is only but a minuscule of the problems of that offense.
Danny Dimes is hot garbage.
Emotional damage.
Danny, all right. How you pay $40 million for a quarterback that threw for 15 touchdowns last year?
I get last year, they looked okay. They overachieved. Last year.
With it, totally.
They should have franchise tagged him. That's what they should have did. They paid him way too much.
Yeah, and I think that offensive line, I was looking right now, the Giants are on pace to give up 97 sacks.
Listen, but that's always been their issue. Well, not always, but for some years, that's been their issue. And look at Danny Dimes' numbers when he doesn't have a running game. When Saquon is not in that backfield, running backs are important, people. In this case,
when your backup running back is the highest targeted receiver on the field, shout out Matt Breda, but my Lord, for you to be the highest target, he was hustling, he was working like a dog, but there was just no formality, and especially in this past week, with Danny Jones, couldn't find a chemistry. Like you said, they had no run game off the. I think Matt Breda had 61 receiving yards and 4 rushing yards. Yeah. So it was the proportionate and just the play calling and everything. And
the schedule's not getting any easier.
Oh, these they're gonna get blown out these next 2 weeks.
So it's looking like it's a dub for their season.
Mm-hmm. I truly agree. I think the Giants should tank for for Caleb Williams.
Oh gosh,
there's
no tanking in the NFL.
Right? Yeah, right.
There's no tanking, and then there's the Bears. They tank consistently for a certain position. But yeah, it's the Giants, man. Yeah.
But Caleb Williams, you brought him up, but did you hear his comments and his dad's comments?
Smart. I'm making a lot of money in the NIL. I'm going to choose when I come out for the draft, and I want to go to an organization that has it somewhat together.
He does know if you're the number 1 pick, you go to the worst team. He does know that, right?
It's true. But if you go
and he has no control over that.
That is true. You are going to a bad team. Very, very true. But it's if I'm going to go to, let's say, Giants versus the Raiders organization, I'm picking the Giants organization if they're number 1 overall, right? I'm going to take that risk because where you get drafted, right, is equally as important as when you get drafted.
But if you really that dude, right?
Bryce Young was that dude.
Yeah, but that's in college.
Yeah.
Caleb is that dude there. Caleb Williams does not succeed with that offensive line in New York.
And that's another thing. It's for me, it's multiple factors, right? I'm going to use Justin Fields as an example, even though I'm not off of him. I don't care who the hell they draft on the Bears. That offensive line is trash. Yeah. And it's been historically. So I think with Caleb Caleb Williams, right? I mean, I wouldn't want to go to the Bears either. I'm gonna keep it real, right? I wouldn't want to go either. But
Not my first choice.
If the Giants end up being the worst team and you go there, I mean, you have Brian Dable. He's a good coach to me.
And they have a very good left tackle. The Giants line is trash. Inside, left guard, center, right guard. Evan Neal is some hot garbage too. The right.
They try. Did you hear his comment? Fair weather fans boo us, boo louder. Evan Neal, welcome to New York, baby. New York Giants fans have been fair weather forever.
You're gonna get that gritty football.
You're gonna get it.
Try going to Philly. This man would have been booed since last year.
Oh yeah.
He's getting turned around. Literally, the guy that's rushing against him is turning him around. He doesn't know where he is on the field.
They just haven't. The Giants haven't been hitting with their picks when it comes to the offensive line.
They have no receiver core.
I totally agree.
They have no wide receiver core.
But I said that last year. I'm like, okay, Darren Waller, whom I love because he's been a stud for me on fantasy.
He's a tight end.
He's supposed to be
he has no blocking protection.
Yeah.
He can't block. They gotta use him as a slot receiver. They have him on the out routes for God knows what reason.
The Giants got a bunch of designer clothes on, but
no money in their pocket.
But no money in the bank account.
They are just.
Can we think of a receiver off the top of our head? I can't. The only person I could think of is Sterling Shepard and
Sterling Shepard was listed as that's a great point. Sterling Shepard was listed as the #1 wide receiver on the Giants depth chart. That is
to me, that's a problem.
That's a huge problem. This man was playing with Odell when they went on a boat in Miami.
Yeah, that's
They've
a problem.
been 33 and 97.
And his career was cursed ever since.
No, I'm so serious. I think that's a problem.
Oh, for sure.
Huge problem.
And they're putting so much love and weight on Saquon Barkley, and then look how drastic it was when he got injured.
If I was Saquon, I wouldn't want to play. What the fuck? Who protected me?
Yeah, he probably faked his injury.
Right.
No, I want to say that. Yo, you know what, Say? That's kind of sucks because I drafted you on my fantasy team.
Oh, man.
I'm down bad right now.
People are losing like crazy with Saquon.
I'm down
So let me ask you, Danache, do you think the Giants should pay Saquon after this year, like sign him to a 3-year deal and pay him like $12 to $14 million a year? What do you think?
Yes. Because he's an outlier, right? I know we had that conversation a few weeks ago about running backs and capitalism.
Yeah.
To my point, you have to treat all of them differently. I get what they're trying to do and monetize, and he's an outlier, especially for that team. He may not be Christian McCaffrey level,
right?
But he kind of up there because Saquon can run the ball. Injury or not.
Yeah.
O-line or not. We've seen when he's done with no O-line.
Yeah.
Imagine if he had an offensive line. Imagine.
Yeah.
And without Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones' numbers dropped significantly.
Right.
His style of play,
he can't do it alone.
They have to coach Daniel Jones differently.
To be mediocre, to be average, not to be a good quarterback. He needs superb A+ coaching. Brian Dable, hence look at Josh Allen, I believe. Yeah, anyway. But, Brian Dable, to coach him up, A+ coach of the year last year, to throw 15 touchdowns.
But then we're gonna go into the whole thing like the GM has to make better decisions when it comes to drafting. Like it's not just
a lot of pressure in New York sports in general.
It's not only Daniel Jones.
They're not playing the correct chess pieces at all in that office and from play call all the way up into business. I feel like the Giants are lost right now. And
it's not going to get any better.
Yeah.
Maybe another win or 3-4 moral victories, but.
Yeah. I don't think they win until a thought of winning until week 7 or 8. I know that sounds crazy, but they have Miami and then Buffalo, right? Miami and then.
But Miami, Buffalo.
And then they put the Jets at home. No, they're away, but.
I had the Giants as the 4th, which I'm kind of shocked because the Washington Commanders are
Zach Wilson.
Hey,
I know we're going to talk about him. I think Zach Wilson dimes up on the Giants and absolutely has a field day.
Everybody dimes up against the Giants this year. Everybody has their career day this year. I ain't even going to lie to you, bro.
That's not funny.
It's sad. It's
so sad. It's so sad.
Dak Prescott didn't even have to put his cleats on.
Yo, Dak Prescott was playing in socks. Yo, was that bad?
I mean, damn, New York. Damn. I thought that would have been like,
that
damn.
hurts.
What they like 70-3 or whatever. What's it like at home?
They got 9 points in the first half. That was the graphic on the game. 9 points, 3 field goals, not even a touchdown.
Seahawks whooped their ass.
They kicked their ass. What's the corner's name that they drafted? Witherspoon?
The rookie. Devin Witherspoon, I
He was
believe.
gone.
Bro,
You weren't catching him for a light of day.
Yeah.
Pick 6. I mean, shout out to Seattle. They played a really great game. I think Geno did his thing, and he
Shout
should
out
have
to
been.
Pete Carroll.
Great coach.
Great coach.
Great coach. He was smiling the whole game.
Okay, so we talking coaches.
Yeah.
So I want to segue. Are we going to go Bill Belichick, or are we going to talk about the Jets? Because I feel like the Bill Belichick thing is going to be a little.
Yeah, I have strong opinions on both. You guys, what do you guys want to do? Jets first?
I think Bill Belichick. Let's dive into Bill Belichick.
Let's talk Bill Belichick because I want.
I think you know how Blake always has a thought about defensive coaches as as head coaches. And
Don't be a hater on Bill Belichick.
I don't think it's not hating on Bill Belichick. I believe Bill Belichick was able to really thrive when he had a lot of confidence in the quarterback like he had, right? Tom Brady was probably, I think, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Now, is the greatest quarterback of all time. I don't think he has not even a bit of confidence in Mac Jones, and you see it all over the field.
Great point.
Okay.
They won't throw the long ball. They won't go on a 3rd and 6. They're going.
Such a good
They're
point.
easy. They're looking for a 3-yarder now, hoping a yard after the catch gets some sort of yardage. There's no faith in play calling in Mac Jones.
Can I jump in as
As a Pats
as
fan.
a devoted. I'm looking at the camera. Devoted Patriots fan. Okay, I've been doing this before Brady. I'm talking about Pete Carroll, the coach.
Wow.
I've been doing this. Okay. I was at Dallas watching that game,
Wow.
and I was just like, "What the fuck?"
Bruh.
I'm thinking we're gonna run the ball to start down Dallas's throat because they don't have the best run defense. Gave up on the run.
Yep.
Super fast before Dallas even put up 21 points. So I'm like, what's going on?
Right.
Why you're not allowing Zeke to run? I don't understand. Now, I know the offensive line's a little dinged up. I agree to your point about Mac Jones, right? Which I kind of
Even
like.
Zeke's got a couple months there.
Hello.
Yeah.
I don't even think Zeke knows the playbook. He can't even know. He doesn't even know what his license is.
I don't know what's going. Bill Belichick, the GM.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick, the coach. Two different people. I love Bill Belichick.
I
guys
love
both
Bill
make great
Belichick, the
points.
GM.
I don't, because he
either.
makes terrible
No,
drafting decisions.
Yeah.
Defensively,
True.
he can draft his ass off. Offensively,
It's a mess.
he's not the best. And I will say this. Look at the roster. I know everybody keeps saying the Patriots don't have weapons. Yes and no. Devontae Parker, he's been non-existent for 2 years.
Devontae Parker has been ranked last in all wide receivers in terms of how much separation he gets against cornerbacks. Why is he still on an NFL team?
He
Why?
used to be a deep threat.
Yeah.
How did he regress so fast? Like,
Yeah.
He went to a run the ball offense.
is it really only him? Like, did he really regress, or is he not getting
Yeah.
the opportunity? Right, Kendrick Bourne is the best receiver on the team,
Which isn't really saying
which
much.
isn't saying much. But I
I
rock
like-
with Kendrick.
I
I'm
like
not going to
Kendrick,
disrespect him. It's just like it's frustrating. And then to your point, is it Mac Jones? Is it coaching?
They have weapons. They
Is
can
it
even
both?
use Juju more to his ability.
Juju is not it.
I'm sorry, but no, but they could use.
He
I mean,
ain't
look at the way Patty Mahomes is able to pull Juju out of and use him in certain
Barely.
categories. Yeah,
Barely.
very rarely. But still, he's still usable. He's still usable.
Not in
He's
that
not even
offense.
getting 4 targets.
Look, if I'm
And I see why. Because
Yeah.
what the hell was that?
He-
When you had
I
the ball
get-
thrown your way and
Yeah.
barely. And
I
why
get
you 3 years? 3?
it's crazy.
1. He should have got 1.
Yeah, 1.
He should have got 1.
Did he get 3 years?
3 for $33 million. And nope. He got 1 for 8 the previous year. The Chiefs got him on a deal. He won a Super Bowl, right? AJ Brown and him were
Make
gone,
it make
but-
sense. Make it make sense. Bill Belichick has been, his time may pass. I think he always said he never wanted to coach past 70.
How old is he now?
I think he's like 71, 72.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know if he's trying to break like the Don Shula record. I don't know what's going on.
He's
if
close.
he doesn't, does he want to pass the team off to his son? Does he like?
Yeah, he
I
needs
don't
to
know
pass
what
it
it
off
is.
to somebody. If I'm Robert Kraft, right? So in my opinion, each owner is running a business, and I'm gonna be completely honest. Bill Belichick gotta go after this year.
But I don't. If you listen to Robert Kraft speak, when they ask him about Bill Belichick, he's very non-committal. He's about getting ring number 7.
And I couldn't agree more. Right now, the offense is super stagnant. He has you both made excellent points. Bill Belichick has no faith in Mac Jones. Like, you're destroying.
You think that's it?
I think that's part of it, but I also think, all right, let's go back to last year.
Mac Jones was seeing
I mean,
ghosts.
look how many coaches
Hold on.
have faith in these fourth down and opposing team territories. 4th and 2, you giving the ball away at half, 30 seconds left, and you're punting the ball to hope it gets to the 1 yard line. I just don't go for the ball. It's about to be halftime. There's no faith in the quarterback there.
Last year, who was the coordinator for the offense in the New England Patriots?
But don't even remind me about Matt Patricia.
They had a defensive coordinator as an offensive coordinator.
And a special teams coach.
What the fuck? Like, what the hell? Like,
Bro, what are you talking about?
like,
man?
you know what
I
I'm
was about to
saying?
say, where's the comment coming in?
Like, Bill Belichick, okay, like
That was bad. That was a terrible decision.
That was, in my opinion, the Patriots are delusional. The Patriots, like Robert Kraft needed to let him go last year, in my opinion. I don't care about the records. Tell me about what you're doing now in the NFL.
Which is Bill Belichick's motto.
They have missed on almost all of their first round picks. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do your job. That only goes so far in today's NFL. You need a superstar quarterback or a very, very good quarterback, a good offensive line.
You need a weapon.
You
on
need
the
a-
outside.
I don't know how Bill Belichick didn't see how Mac Jones in Oklahoma or wherever he was,
Alabama.
Alabama, had a stacked team around him, man.
I mean, I'm pretty
And
sure
to
he
go to
realized.
not a rebuild, but
Yeah.
I believe that New England was in some sort of a building situation when they were going for Mac Jones, and I'm sorry, Mac Jones, man. You can't throw the ball 13 yards downfield.
He's not given a fair opportunity.
He's
in my
not giving
opinion.
a shot.
I think it's both. I don't know. I've never been sold on Mac Jones, but I'm not not sold either. I'm giving him a chance, but I want him to show me what you can do.
He doesn't give up like Daniel Jones does. Like where you see it all.
He has fight in him.
He has a hunger in him that you know. But
some of those picks this Sunday were just.
He was seeing ghosts.
He was seeing ghosts.
I'm like,
Good
what's
point.
going on? He was seeing ghosts.
We were watching the game.
Triple,
I'm like,
double,
man,
triple
poor
coverage.
kid.
But when
they were running a cover 2 the entire night of Dallas, and they're just getting it, bro. They couldn't get in between the linebackers and the D-backs for nothing.
Nobody.
No separation.
And then when you get drafted, and Mac Jones was highly touted.
Yeah,
Everybody wanted him. But when you get drafted to a Josh McDaniels, who's an amazing offensive coordinator.
Love Josh McDaniels
right?
for him. Yeah.
He has, no matter who was playing when Tom Brady was there, Matt Castle, right? Whoever it was.
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett.
Right. Jimmy Garoppolo for 4 games, right?
Josh McDaniels was going to make it do what it do.
That's such a good point. And if I remember correctly, that year that Josh McDaniels was the offensive coordinator.
They went to the playoffs.
And Mac Jones made the Pro Bowl over Josh Allen. Like,
That's crazy.
That's a little crazy.
That's a little wild.
That's a little crazy. I forgot that.
Over Josh Allen. Josh Allen was home, and Mac Jones was balling in the Pro Bowl.
We need to fact check that. That's a little crazy.
I don't doubt what you're saying.
Bro,
You look
that is
confident, brother.
Yeah,
crazy.
this was on the herd. I heard it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Colin, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Colin.
Shout out to Colin.
I don't know. I think Bill Belichick needs to adapt.
Yeah.
I think the old way of doing things, that's he's such a great coach because we thought he was always ahead of the game, right? He knows that NFL rule book better than anybody else, so he always twisted and
Legendary.
so is it the age? Is it the cockiness? Is it mostly Tom Brady?
When you come out of an empire and a legacy like the Tom Brady era, I mean, how many stars on offense came from that team?
Let's be real here.
I mean, how many?
Not came from.
I'm talking about. I'm not came from. I'm talking about when they were on that team with Tom Brady. There was
Zero. How many
What?
came to the team
No,
as stars?
I'm talking about they were stars before, after, or during. They were stars. I mean,
can only
you
think
had
of
the Randy
defense,
Mosses,
yes.
Wes Welker. You had
so
dogs there.
let's be real here, right?
Edelman. I mean, there was
Wes Welker. Dolphins
Miami.
ain't treat him right.
right.
Yeah.
He came to New England
And Brady
he
made him a stud.
revamped that slot.
Because
thing.
you have a quarterback there
Who's
that
going to
was
help you develop?
exactly and create and just build with your team. You know, Tom Brady I've been seeing on Instagram recently this thing around Tom Brady. He kept mentioning how he was able to really adapt with his team because he didn't have friends on the other side. It was him and his dogs against the other team, and it was a fight, and the anger was there as motivation. There's not that same grittiness anymore in New England.
It's
you know,
not.
there was like before. And the defense, there's no real leaders. You know, there's no real leader on a defensive structure there to be able to kind of formulate everything, kind of like glue the team together.
So I'm going to disagree with you on the defense part.
Okay.
Because I know. Because our defense, I'm never worried about the defense. Right? Well, not this year. This is the first year in a while I haven't seen like depth on the cornerback position. And then with Christian Gonzalez,
I love him.
he's done.
I was only going to say Christian
He's
Gonzalez.
done for the year?
I think he's done for the year.
Yeah.
What?
And
I
then
didn't know
Matthew
that.
Judon
Oh,
He
yeah.
got
out
hurt last
indefinitely.
game.
Yeah, he
What
went
was
down.
it? Why did he go down?
Shoulder.
Oh,
But I
man.
think the damage is closer to the elbow than the upper
my
shoulder,
God.
so he's going to
Probably
be
tore a
out
bicep
at
and
least
stuff.
2
Yeah.
months. But I think unforeseeable future. The bright spot is though,
Yeah.
the trade that they just did with the Chargers to get J.C. Jackson back. When J.C. Jackson was playing for New England, as quiet as it's kept.
That happened today. Yep.
Yeah, it happened today. As quiet
I
as
did not
it's
see
kept
that.
because
Wow.
he was on there with Stephon Gilmore, but Stephon Gilmore was ranked number 1. Guess who was the number 2 corner in the league at the time? J.C. Jackson.
That was
but
two islands.
nobody was talking about it, right? So I don't know if it's a system thing. I don't know if it's Brandon Staley not utilizing all those studs on defense properly, but he wasn't producing the same over there. Now you get him for cheap.
Yeah.
Because basically he was a healthy scratch
Right.
on the Chargers, and they don't want to pay you that money that they owe. So now Belichick gets him back for cheap, so it's like a plus for it. So the defense I'm not worried about because they're going to play hard. That morale on offense, though,
It's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough.
That leads into a defensive core. You know, it's
You're
just.
right.
It's just there's gotta be leadership in teams that
you
have a
don't think
legacy
Matthew
that's so
Judon?
huge from coming from that.
I know.
Empire.
I think defensively, I agree with Danache. Like, I think defensively they're set. I just really think that the decisions that have been made over the last 6 to 7 years offensively have caught up with the Patriots.
6,
man.
7, baby. You could take it back 10.
Take it back 10.
Like,
Now-
I'm so serious. We don't draft well offensively.
Yeah.
And to your point, Davey, if it wasn't for Tom Brady, he's insane, right? Never took a day off.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes is learning from him, like, yo, call your guys in the offseason and practice. That's what Tom Brady did. I don't think Bill Belichick ever developed his offensive players.
Right.
Right. So do you think the Patriots' success and their run with their dynasty is attributed more? Obviously, both had an effect, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, but who do you think was responsible more for the success of the Patriots in that run?
If
Bill
you asked me
Belichick.
3 years ago, I was doing 50-50. The longer I see Bill without Tom,
Tom Brady.
I'm saying Tom, because I don't.
All I
Bill
could say
Belichick
is
feels
this.
like he
All I
lost
could
the
say is
step.
this. All I could say is this. Defense wins championships.
They do.
Defense wins
Tom is
championships.
nasty.
I don't know. I no longer
That
agree with that
Atlanta game.
statement.
That
I no longer
Atlanta
agree-
game. I went back. That game is amazing.
It's a both because
Atlanta smoked that Super Bowl more so than the New England Patriots won that Super Bowl.
Vegas.
Vegas.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I need everybody to calm
Vegas.
down
Hold on.
here. Whoa,
All right,
whoa.
can we talk about it real quick for 30 seconds and
Whoa.
we'll move on? Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, right? Right? He was calling the plays. They stopped running the football. And
Bad
they had
coaching decision.
bad coaching decision. Who did the San Francisco 49ers play in the Super Bowl the first time that Patrick Mahomes went there? San Francisco 49ers, coached by Kyle Shanahan. In the fourth quarter, the Kansas City Chiefs had an 8% chance to win, according to Next Gen Analytics. Who smoked the game? Kyle Shanahan.
That's two bad coaching decisions.
Really
Wow,
bad coaching.
really good point.
Bad
there.
coaching decisions.
You know what I'm saying?
You
So-
probably got comfortable thinking you got the. I mean, 28-3. You probably definitely think you got this.
I mean, just like the Chargers against Jacksonville.
I'm giving Brady his flowers. He's the greatest quarterback of all time. That is not the discussion. But back to the original point that we're making, I think if I had to quantify it, it's the success of the Patriots is 80% Tom Brady, 20% Bill Belichick.
Or can we say this? If we're talking about the entire span, because we're gonna when we have these discussions, we always think like recently, right? Let's talk about it. Tom Brady ain't come out the gate being Thomas that he is, that we know, right? That defense was elite, and he did what he had to do.
Teddy Bruschi
was Tyler,
great. That's a great point, Danache. Yeah, that early.
Vince, big boy Wilfork.
Yeah. Tom Brady wasn't a bum.
Yeah,
but he wasn't
that
him, dude.
He wasn't him.
He was like on a rise from Michigan, like the leaving college era.
Drew Bledsoe was an all-pro quarterback. He was replacing him, and they were like, "Hey, man!" In that NFL era, you could throw the ball 18 to 22 times and just play defense, which is what Bill Belichick in 2023 still wants to do. And it's like, dude, open the playbook up. Anyway, I rest my case. That's a great point. Tom Brady wasn't the same Tom Brady.
He wasn't. And then listen,
that's a great point.
Perfect marriage, right? You have two dogs who are hungry and want to win.
So are you saying that the Mac Jones, you're giving him time?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
I was about to say, I'm like, okay.
You know how I feel about Alabama and Ohio State quarterbacks. I want him to show me, but my gut is telling me, bro, you might not be it. Or it's not a good fit.
Side note, Ohio State. I can't wait for Marvin Harrison's son to come up in the league.
I mean, they do receivers.
No. He is a animal.
Can you imagine if he goes to the Texans with C.J. Stroud?
That would be like.
Can I just shout out the Texans real quick?
Please
do. Because during the offseason, I said some not so nice things. I just don't. Well, I was transparent. I don't like the culture in the Texans. They've historically don't have a good culture, and we know that. Yeah. But DeMeco Ryans.
Yeah, DeMeco
Ryans.
Yeah, the head coach.
I thought they were setting you up to fail. I was wrong. You're doing the damn thing over there.
He's got his team hungry. He's got his team really passionate. I really like what C.J. Stroud's doing. From where he looked
so good.
Where he looked from preseason to now, and how he's focused on his game and stuff. I think he's making some serious.
He looks so good.
I'm excited to see that. We're going to picks later, but I like the +2 against the Falcons this Sunday because of the whole. I like the movement of kind of where CJ Stroud is moving towards, and their defense is playing tough.
Hello.
Their defense.
I don't expect anything less when you got a coach like that.
Yep. I agree. Great call out. I love that.
Marvin Harrison Jr. on.
Oh my God!
That would be crazy.
Insane.
That'd be crazy.
They are gonna go nuts in Houston. I cannot wait.
Okay, so y'all think Bill Belichick lost a step?
I think he needs to go.
He's in a wheelchair.
I think he needs to go retire and play golf.
Ain't walking anymore. Go golf, dude. You don't.
Yeah, man.
Or go be a
just
be a
go
defensive
watch your
coordinator.
Super Bowl highlights. You know.
Yeah, I am off the Bill Belichick train, man. It's like. Yeah, I think that season's over.
Yeah, I'm down south in Miami with it.
I will still peg him right now as well. You can argue now because the last 2 years haven't been great, but as of right now, the longer he goes, it's going to tarnish the legacy a little bit. But as of right now, he is still the best coach in NFL history, or one of the best.
One of the best.
But
history, yeah.
Right now, hell no. The last 2 years,
I'll put him like 12 or 13.
Let's negate that.
That's right. Yeah. I'm with you guys on that.
But honestly, the only thing that's giving me hope that the New England Patriots finished third in the division. The Jets are up and down. Like, what the fuck is going on? I don't like.
I think this Wilson kid is gonna I mean, you outplayed Patty Mahomes,
which surprised me.
You outplayed him statistic-wise. Not that the Chiefs shouldn't have won that game. I believe that 3rd and 22, that left tackle hold, should have been called back.
That call was
and
terrible.
Then the previous play before that, the intentional grounding downfield. I think it was like a lineman downfield or something like that.
Yeah, that was
those were just
terrible.
a little calls, a little fishy to me. I think there's a lot of I don't even think there's a lot of money on the Jets points, but I think the Jets had an opportunity to win the game if that play was called. If it was 3rd and 27 or 3rd and 32, I'm sorry, 10-yard penalty. They're punting that ball. They get the ball on the 34, 35, 40-yard line.
Yeah.
They definitely.
So their own 35, 40. They could have won that game.
Confidence booster though.
I think Zach Wilson I don't know. I think we give him a shot.
Bro, I was gonna say, bro. Like,
why is the whole world like so up and down on this kid? It's the funniest.
I mean,
thing.
hey, if Namath takes it back, you kind of gotta follow.
Oh, he took it back.
He's like, man, I'm sorry, you won me over.
We're so emotional.
Yeah, you saw his thing on the
fans are so emotional, yo. That is so funny.
So bipolar. So I just gotta say, I gotta give Zach Wilson his flowers, man. He played so well. Like,
but what changed? Did the coaching like
support from your players?
Support from your players.
I think the biggest thing exactly. I was gonna say this. When you have Tom Brady writing you, Aaron Rodgers writing you, Joe Namath apologizing, you have people like Bill Parcells making phone calls to you. Like, these are real things that have occurred. Like, hey, kid, keep moving, keep thriving, keep striving.
That's so sweet.
A lot of players are really supporting him because, like, this bandwagon's like, oh, my God, Zach Wilson's trash.
He's delicate.
I don't think so. I think this kid has really been holding a lot of backlash and terrible commentary. And he's like, hey, I'm going to just try and keep getting better. In front of media, he's like, I'm going to try and keep getting better.
Yeah, because when he was cocky, he got that ass.
I'm not gonna lie. Last year,
he got a little revelation.
He got a little spicy.
Tranquilo. Take it easy. You know, but you know, I think because they have a lot of serious weapons, even on the offensive side of the ball.
They're scary on paper.
So, like a lot of teams in the NFL, the O-line's a little shaky, but I think Wilson gets a little more opportunity. Get him some beat up games in, some confidence under him. Let him go whoop up on the Giants, you know, stuff like that, and let him get some confidence in him. You never know. You know, I got the Jets winning 9 games.
Wow.
I got the Jets winning 9 games.
I think it depends on coaching. I think if Robert Saleh and company,
there's gonna be big point spreads. There's gonna be big point spreads the Jets are gonna have this year, and they're gonna upset. I promise you. This Wilson kid's gonna get in flow and formation with this team. I promise you. He did not expect to play this year.
Right?
No, I agree
he
with
did
you.
not expect to play football this year.
I agree with
Put
you.
on a red shirt for Tuesday to Wednesday. Tell him, okay, you need an iPad.
I'll see you in 2 years.
I'm coming.
Right?
I got you.
I'll see you in 2 years.
It's like, okay,
Here's the iPad, Aaron. Yeah.
You know, you have all this hype going around the U.S. Open, NBA Finals. You know, Aaron Rodgers and Sauce Gardner are kind of both leaders of each side of the ball, and creating that chemistry to be torn 15 minutes into a football game, not even, and then have to kind of resort to just like building a new confidence with a new quarterback. You got to put trust in your quarterback, protect him, and
the only thing I don't like about the Jets, and I also don't like about the Bills, is when you have a young quarterback, it's tough to build a Super Bowl contending culture with a defensive coach. I think there's just something right now.
You and these defensive coaches.
I mean, Rob is
like we have so much data right now. Like the Eagles went to the Super Bowl with an offensive coach. 7 of the final 8 teams in the playoffs last year all had offensive coaches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think
Bengals.
it can't work with a defensive coach, but when you got a young quarterback and, like you said, a sensitive and fragile.
I think he's a little delicate, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's okay to be delicate, people.
Yeah.
But
of course,
you have to approach him
with a certain
differently.
Yes,
so
that's a
I like
great
the
point.
fact that you brought up that veteran players.
Legends
have reached out to him like, yo, kid, like, because he doesn't have that dog in him.
Like Revis,
like that would turn that negative energy into like, yo, F ya,
I think even Michael Strahan even made a tweet
Danache.
about him or something like that. Like, yo, like people were just on the thread going at him, going like, yo, dude, man, you got this. Like,
imagine
keep
being
balling.
a Jets fan.
Even
It's
Patty
like a roller
Mahomes gave him his
coaster.
flowers. So I mean, you know, the Jets are enduring some serious suffering.
Yeah.
But
It's in there.
I think there's a vault that breaks open. You could see this Wilson kid break out just a little bit. You know, we'll see a drastic change in that Jets offense if he can.
But the
just
team
open
has
a
to
little
be
bit.
consistent.
Yep, for sure. 100%.
The team has to be consistent in supporting him because I said it a few weeks ago. If he regresses just a little bit, Like the team switched on him like that.
Right. When Mike
They
White.
they can't do that.
Do you remember when Mike White got inserted into the lineup?
Mike effing White.
And they had the
He
shirts
threw for like 350 and they beat the
Mike
Bills, right?
effing White.
Yeah, they beat the Bears.
The Bears.
And they had T-shirts made with his face after Zach Wilson got benched. So Zach Wilson didn't forget that magically, right? I think it's really hard to be an NFL quarterback today with social media, living in New York. You know what I'm saying? Back to the sensitive and fragile thing. Nothing wrong with it, but it's not easy.
But on you as a leader and a QB, whatever that chemistry and energy was last year, your team not just going to not mess with you, just not to mess with you.
Right.
So him as a man now,
Great point.
you have to turn it around, get your shit together, and be like,
Own it.
yo, that was on me.
Own
I'm
it.
not like that anymore, and show that you changing so your team can buy into you as a leader. So
Great
they not
point.
flipping on you every time it's up and down.
Really good point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Really good point. I think
I'm cracking up.
that commentary in the background.
Yeah,
is
that
awesome.
is funny. But I don't know. I'm not. The Jets might be alive. Aaron Rodgers fake trying to come back.
I think Aaron Rodgers
This year?
I think I'm. Oh man, I mean, shout out to Shrooms, but I don't think there's much legal that's gonna get him back into shape before the next year.
I think he's just trolling or
I think-
hoping
I
or
think he-
manifesting or all three.
I think it would actually
He could
damage,
try, but he's
I think it
39
would
years
damage
old.
the Jets more trying to adapt to Wilson and go back
Back
to adapting
to-
to Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers. That's just a shaky.
Or how about you heal
right, and come back next year and dominate.
that part?
I'm not a
And-
big Aaron Rodgers fan. I think he's overhyped. I think he's overrated too.
I have to disagree.
Yikes.
Aaron Rodgers has a 500 record in the playoffs.
Yikes.
500. He is an average quarterback in the playoffs. I mean, I know it's not on our list, but
Don't get me started
yeah.
because he's one of the best of all time. Not one of the greatest. Because when people put him in the greatest with the Tom Brady's and things, I'm a big no-no on that.
Love that. I was about to say that.
He
Okay,
is
great.
one of the best.
I agree.
Yes, amazing talent.
Yeah.
He's that dude. Used to do amazing things. But if you ain't winning, brother,
You ain't at that table.
sorry.
There's literally
Marvin's on one today.
There's literally
Marvin is going off. Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to
Marvin.
Marvin.
Yo, much love, bro.
There's literally nothing you could say to deny what you just pointed out. I mean,
I just like to make
Aaron
statements
Rodgers
on
needs a
quarterbacks.
chip, and
Another
can I
one.
be honest?
Another one.
He ain't getting it.
I'm talking about where he's a chip where he's at right now. If not, it's going to be probably one of the biggest flukes of NFL history and the biggest hype of the transition and the pay cut and everything. I just, I wish the best for the Jets.
I mean, let's not get spoiled, peoples. You know what I'm saying? Just because Matt Stafford was able to pull it off last year, let's not get spoiled, right? I mean, like things
With-
happen.
and
What
can
was
I
that?
just-
Not
can I-
last
Mark
year. Was that the
Sanchez
year
back
before? Whatever.
years ago, yeah.
Like, let's not get excited.
And let's be real, Matt Stafford went to a young offensive coach in Sean McVay. I love
with
offensive
a
coaches.
nasty defense.
Oh, I love Aaron Donald.
That defense they had what, Von Miller, Aaron Donald.
Nasty. With a Cooper
When
Cup.
is Von Miller back?
So I
Oh,
love
yeah.
the fact that you're right. He is manifesting to be back by week 5, but I doubt it.
Off of the ACL, right?
I doubt it.
Me
Yeah,
too.
because
I think
that
he needs a little
happened in
more
the
time.
playoffs last year, right?
Yes.
Yes.
ACLs take some time.
And especially
And
as you
his
get
weight
more senior in
And
career.
his muscle mass
Yeah.
is
Got
just
10 years
I
of
doubt it.
mileage.
of straight
doubt it.
running people through the ground.
He is a used car right now.
Don't do that. Shout out to the Bills for
Yeah,
bouncing back, though.
Yes.
They
Yeah,
mollywop the Dolphins, but we'll see. They'll probably even it up. AFC North. Yo, my boy Joe Burrow. I didn't want to admit it. Damn, I wish Jerry was here.
what's the Home Alone dude's
Culkin?
name? Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah, I didn't want to admit it. I'm high on him. I had them coming out of the AFC North, but that injury I think is more severe than we realized.
I think it's more damaging his
Yes.
mental game than it is his physical, because I feel like he just, even when he looks comfortable in the pocket, he's not making good throws.
Yeah.
He's not making good decisions.
Do you think he's limited? Do you think coaching is like limited what they can
and
do?
he has his star wide receivers very frustrated.
and
you know,
T. Higgins
And
injured.
Yeah.
Ribs.
T. Higgins,
Second time.
I think he's done. I think he's done for a little while, right?
No, I think he's probably.
He's got 4 weeks.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but I think
they're not winning the division with no 4 weeks, no T Higgins. They're gonna lock
not in
up
that division. That's a tough division.
What did I say last week? Shut them down, right? I mean, 0-3. What's the difference? They won 1-3 right now.
You did say that. I think it's a good point.
I mean, listen.
What do you got to lose right now? Just shut them down. Try to salvage the rest of the year.
Right.
Only 2 touchdowns this season from Joe Burrow, right? Bengals ranked 31st in total yards in offense.
31st.
In 4 games, 728 yards total. And we know what he can do. It's not like he's a bust or a bum.
No.
The offense isn't clicking.
Yep.
To your point, that calf strain, injury, whatever, I believe it's limiting
severe.
to him.
Yeah, it's severe.
And the problem with the calf strain is that it could lead to an ACL. Like calf strain, Aaron Rodgers 3 weeks before he tore his ACL, he strained his calf. So it's
and
like
we're not trying to put that out there.
We ain't knock on wood. Yeah.
I love you.
We don't wish that on you, man. But it's tricky.
Chase.
It's tricky.
Oh my gosh, what's my boy's name?
Jamar Chase.
Yeah. He keeps like his phrase during the off season when Joe got hurt. He just said, "Yo, come back later, my boy." And I'm paraphrasing. He was like, "Come back after week 5, my boy." That keeps ringing in my head.
Yeah.
They should. I mean, it's easier to say
I
like
think they're
2020
rushing him on the
hindsight,
field
but
for wins that are just making them look worse than what it is. I think a healthy Joe Burrow is absolutely violent. He's an amazing quarterback when he's healthy.
Yep.
I think take the time with Joe Burrow, get him healthy, make sure he's right, lay him up a couple days.
Yeah.
Get him a massage in Tulum or something, and then send him back on a nice private jet with some strawberries and get him back in the game.
Crying.
Just as long as he's not going down the Deshaun Watson route. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Why do we go there? When we hear massages, why do we go there? NFC North is tough, but right now it looks like it's the Ravens and or the Browns to win. That Browns defense is elite. Nobody's talking about it.
I don't think
no
the Browns
joke.
do how long is Watson out for?
I'm not
undisclosed.
Yeah, undisclosed. They didn't really
maybe week to week.
I think it's like
shoulder.
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 I think they have 2 weeks, and then Nick Chubb's an easy 2 years. So.
Damn, now we ending Nick Chubb's career.
No,
I mean, dude,
Nick Chubb, get well soon, man.
Dude, get well soon, but Jesus, it's like 3 parts of one knee is gone on the same injured knee, right?
No, Nick Chubb, you coming back next season.
He's a bulldog.
You need
that
second payout.
I like the Ravens.
I mean, let's be real here. The Steelers, they're not percolating this year. And I love Mike Tomlin. I do.
Last weekend, I was so high on the Steelers. Texans came out and did their thing,
because we trust Mike Tomlin. We know what he can do with less, and it ain't percolating this year.
When you have a defense, I love Mike Tomlin. By the way, even though he's a defensive coach, as a head coach, he is amazing. I think.
Oh, he's your outlier.
He's my outlier, 100%. But what's up with Matt Canada, the offensive coordinator? He's so bad. He called 3 bootlegs in a row, the same play. Pretty much over and over and over again. I think play call is a big issue. Unfortunately, Kenny Pickett got hurt. We all saw it.
Najee Harris has lost that explosive gear.
Right. And the thing is, like, we watched the game, and they held the Texans for a good 2.5 quarters. The defense did their job, in my opinion.
Right.
The offense just couldn't move the ball.
And they were putting a lot of pressure in that backfield. The Texans defense played really well.
They did.
The longer you keep your defense on that field, they're gonna get. I'm not gonna say exposed, but you're gonna
get tired.
They can't, as elite as that defense is, they can't stay perfect. Your quarterback has to do something.
You gotta put a point. You gotta be consistent. Like you said, Najee Harris. I mean, I like Najee Harris. I think there's just some work that has to be done as far as like. Just using him the proper way. A lot of where the mishap happens between offensive coordinators and players is that, you don't really know how to use a player to their full advantage all the time. You know what I'm saying? They're not throwing him in the flat. They're not giving him open space. They're just kind of like, all right, run, drive the ball. And, I think there's got to be, just like Blake was saying, like just a couple different opportunities on offense to be able to, do a couple of things with the playbook, And Mike Tomlin, unfortunately didn't really play aggressive last week.
I mean, there's always a year for first. This might be his first year that he's under 500.
Definitely now, yeah.
Picks. Game pick segment. Time flies with you guys.
I'm having so much fun with you.
I love talking sports.
I'm looking at the time like, damn, it's like,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah, time flies.
It's already, what, 10:25? Wow.
Game picks. All right, guys.
Yeah.
The Velasquez bros, I guess we're going to rock with that for now.
We'll rock with that.
They're about to take us through our game picks. Listen, bet responsibly. That's all I'm going to say.
Absolutely.
You can lose.
At your own risk.
Bet responsibly. Marvin is on one today. I love it.
I think
All
it's
right.
Gordon.
First game.
I personally, I'm running. So I have 3 games that I love. I'm going to start with one.
Okay.
I love every 11.5 points that are going against the New York Giants in Miami. I think Daniel Jones will be benched in the probably like mid-second quarter of how bad the points are. If we thought the Denver Broncos game was bad, what the Miami Dolphins are going to do to the Giants this Sunday, 1 o'clock.
That's terrible.
I really think I'm a Giants fan. I really think that the Miami Dolphins just. I might take Tyreek Hill under the yards because they're just gonna run the ball all over. I mean, Devon Achane is playing outstanding.
Yeah,
he is running the ball amazing. There's not gonna There's not gonna be enough pressure on Tua to be able to kind of like distinguish when they're gonna throw or run the ball. So there's not gonna be. We're gonna see another Pop Warner game against a big dog. I like
That's a
Miami with the
shame.
points.
You like Miami with all of those points.
Every single one. I mean, I'm a safe bettor. I always buy 2. So I like 9.5. 10-point cover is great.
Yeah, I'm taking the Giants with the points, man. I'm not taking them to win outright. I think they lose by 10 or less, 11 or less. I don't think they get their butts kicked twice in a row.
Who do you see scoring the ball?
Huh?
Who do you see scoring?
Matt Breida, brother.
Matt Breida, your direct highest targeted receiver who's coming out of the backfield as a second option. And shout out Darius Slayton for plus 800. But anyway,
But I don't know. As crazy
Jalen
as
Hyatt.
you sound,
Yeah.
the first time you were on point, I'm like, F-U-C-K, looking at Minshew Mania, and just like, I'm like, this
I do not like the Minshew Mania you ran with. Okay, you lucky.
It made him
Mother
look
effer.
good, right?
Okay,
It made him
you
look
look
good.
really good. But what's even worse is you had Texans and the Colts that same weekend.
Yeah.
But there's
follow the wisdom, brother.
Follow the wisdom. Follow the bankroll. The bankroll has to go at Miami points this Sunday because, brother, there's no one. Man, Tua's gonna hang it up on these boys. 24-piece and better. Easy.
What do you think, Dolphins or Giants?
I'm taking Dolphins. I'm safe over here. You guys breaking it down. I'm taking Dolphins.
All right, Bears Commanders.
Commanders, have you seen how
I
they
love the
play?
mind. Okay, so there's this rhythm that I think Justin Fields is going to get in at some sort of the season. Look, I know the Washington Commanders have a very strong defense.
Yeah.
I know this is crazy. You're going to be absolutely insane. Prime time, 2 usually underdog teams going at it. One's got to be favorite. One's got to be plus money. I like the points in the Bears. I'm going to add 2. I like the 8.5. There's a playbook that Chicago has. Shout out to Madden. There's a playbook. There's a playbook. There's a playbook that would work for Justin Fields. There. Now, I don't like them to win outright. I like the points at 2. I like the plus 8, plus 8.5 for the Bears. I think the Commanders win around like 24-21.
Last week, I picked the Bears to win. They blew a 3-touchdown lead. I'm in my emotions. I'm in my feels. They are absolute dog. You know what? The Commanders win. So
Jaguars, Bills.
I'm going with the Bills in London.
Yep. Me too.
I think the Jaguars have a little too much whiskey this week, and they end up losing.
I think
to
the
Bills.
Jaguars just in that regress from last year.
Played well last week, though. They looked
They
good.
did against
The Atlanta Falcons.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
just want to make sure. The only person that's there.
Disrespectful.
Bijan Robinson. Shout out to you. You go to the Giants.
Wow.
Anyway, but
Oh my God, I love Bijan.
I think the Bills are on a high horse right now, and I think they're going to do really good these next couple weeks. I think they go to London and I think they win by 9 or better. I think the
Texans,
points.
Falcons, Davey.
Oh man,
Since you wanna disrespect the
I was telling Blake the entire way over here. I really love the CJ Stroud show. He's liking what he's doing as well. I'm personally going with the +2 Houston.
+2 Houston. Every time you get points with a hot quarterback, take it +2.
He's playing well. You got to bet on that all
That
day.
could be our max bet. Like we're going all in. So I love the Texans
I like
+2.
500 there.
Yeah.
Panthers, Lions.
I'm up in the air. There's a lot of points given to Detroit.
The Detroit Lions are going to win the game, right? There's no money in money line there. As far as the points, I believe the game in the fourth quarter is going to be around like somewhere like 21-17, and Carolina's going to have the ball. So, are we betting Bryce Young to be able to come and cover a spread? I think Carolina covers, Detroit wins. I'm personally fading that game as far as points wise. I do think Detroit wins the game.
You guys listen, fading the game.
I don't mind fading.
Yeah, I like the fade here too, David. I think the Lions win. I just don't think they win by 10 or more. I think the Panthers have like some sort of backdoor fourth quarter
really good
last
point,
touchdown
brother, on the way over here.
Yeah.
2 1:00 games, 2 high spreads. Look at the Dallas San Fran stuff. Dallas lost to Arizona. San Fran just absolutely.
It's hard to blow a team out in the NFL.
Of course, for sure.
So,
Human beings.
Yep.
Titans, Colts.
Love Richardson off of last week. I'm taking the Colts.
I am going to take the Titans. I'm going to take the Titans here. I think I love.
They're on the road, yeah.
They're on the road.
I mean, I like if you're gonna bet something, I'm gonna look right in the camera. If you're gonna bet something, take the Colts second half. Why? Richardson, if the games he has played in the NFL,
Second
he
half.
has absolutely, when he's trailing,
Right.
he plays like an absolute maniac.
That's true.
Putting the ball in places. I mean, he finds separation easily. I mean, the kid can run the ball. I don't even know what the points are at. I think they're plus money by 3.5. Right?
It's -1.5. So
it is that close.
It's really close.
I like the +1.
Colts.
Colts for
I'm
sure.
going the opposite way, Titans.
Saints, Patriots.
I like
All right.
Pats at home.
I love Bill Belichick at home, bouncing back after getting spanked by the Cowboys.
Embarrassed.
And Derek
Just a
Carr's not
spanking.
healthy. Another thing. I don't know why he's playing.
With that
He
use,
can't.
yeah.
He's throwing the ball like this.
Yo,
I don't know why
yeah.
he's. I don't know why he's. I don't know what he's doing.
It's like he's shot putting the football. Yeah.
That's another 1-point spread, right?
Yes.
I like New England
Yes.
straight out money line, or if you want to alternate them, give them +3.5 for if you're putting them on a parlay or something. But I love that, and I love the under.
Ravens, Steelers.
Ravens 4 easy. That's an easy game, I think, for me.
Yeah, me too. I think if Kenny Pickett was playing, I'd say the Steelers because Lamar Jackson is absolutely terrible as a favorite on the road. We saw it against the
You did say
the
that
Colts.
too.
Yeah, they're not that good when they get a lot of points, and they're favorites against a healthy team. Actually, it doesn't even need to be a healthy team. Minshew Mania did his thing, but I do.
He was healthy.
He was. I do like the Ravens. I'm with it.
Bengals, Cardinals. A must-win for Joe Shiesty and company.
Let's go.
If you are a chaser of plus money, I'm looking in the camera. If you like plus money, you're gonna take the Arizona Cardinals -1.5 alternate. You're going to go on them to be favored. I love the Arizona Cardinals money line at home. Josh Dobbs is going to absolutely have a day. James Conner. I love Arizona Cardinals the whole way.
Upset of the week. I have 2. This is one of them we talked about in the car. Arizona Cardinals. I think they really handed to them.
I think it's a big spread.
Is that the upset of the week?
It's
I
one of.
expect for them to win.
I love Texans and I love Arizona. Like I just as a 2-leg, if you're gonna put $200 at something, I liked it there.
Yeah, me too. Love Arizona.
Eagles, Rams.
Let's go.
This
Go ahead,
is
David.
going to be a good one.
I mean, it's in Philly. It's in Lincoln.
It's in
It's
LA.
in LA, SoFi.
Oh, I mean, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith are just going to go off. They go off in these high. Look what they do in places like Texas and this and that, and places, big cities. I think A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith have a day. Dallas Goedert is going to absolutely just be a dog. I like the running back community. Aaron Donald's still who his caliber is. I think the L.A. Rams defense need a little more rush pass, kind of more intimidation on defense, but I don't think they're going to give it to the Philly like that. I like Philly with every point.
Bro, I'm gonna be
going
completely
opposite?
honest.
You going
I'm
I know
going.
he is.
Yeah, you guys are starting to see my facial expressions. I think
Every Saturday and Sunday morning.
I think the Rams win this game. Why? The Eagles just came on. They're coming off of a high where they came back in the second half, beat the Commanders in a very tough game at home.
Tight division game.
Tight division game.
And,
Big D word there,
Commanders
division.
play them tough.
Right.
Always do.
Right. I think the Rams capitalize on the Eagles putting a lot of energy into the last game. If they were fresh off of that Tampa Bay win, I'd say maybe the Eagles cover. I love the Rams. The Rams are going to win.
Is that a Monday night game?
This
No,
is
it's on Sunday. And Davey, I'm with you when it comes to the Eagles, Jets, Broncos. Listen, yeah.
Here we go.
Nathaniel
Denver's
Hackett
home.
versus Sean Payton. Let's talk about it.
Yo,
Let's talk about it.
good. I would have totally forgot about that.
Talk about it.
All right, you know who wins the game, right? It's going to be the Denver Broncos.
For sure.
They're definitely winning this game, in my opinion.
This is going to be a game where the Denver Broncos can beat up on the Jets. Russell Wilson's going to get a little bit of. This is what I said about
Zach.
Denver. No, I said about Denver against Chicago last week. I like Russell Wilson to get a groove. Yeah, it happened in the last 4 minutes of the third quarter and the fourth quarter, but
It was looking suspect.
It was like the longest yard in that football field. Bro. They came back like it was a movie. I like Russell Wilson where he's headed. They just need more formality, more chemistry, more consistency. I like the Broncos against the Jets, and they're at home. The altitude. I don't think Zach Wilson's gonna breathe very well with all that pressure. Personally, all right, man.
Yo, Cowboys, Niners.
This week, if you're betting, if you're putting some sort of wager on anything, take the Niners with every single God-given point.
You don't think the Niners have it too easy this year so far? They need some adversity a little bit.
And you think it comes from the Dallas Cowboys with Dak Prescott?
I think
Have you
Dak's only
seen
two
Dak
picks.
Prescott's resume against the San Fran 49ers?
I think we getting at least a pick, in my opinion.
From
Dak, of course. With
Yeah,
with that
at
Niners
least
defense.
I like a Brock
one.
pick too.
yeah,
Why? Oh, Trevon Diggs. Anyway,
yeah.
I just thought about that. I'm like,
I
hold
forgot.
on.
He not here.
Anyway, the reason why I like Brock to turn the ball over, I like both of them to turn the ball over is because San Fran's gonna win the game.
Yeah.
The reason why I think Brock's gonna have a little bit of confusion, he hasn't seen a caliber defense yet like this year.
Adversity.
I think, but I'm not gonna lie to you. George Kittle, Debo, I always butcher
Brandon
his name.
Ayuk.
Ayuk. I always butcher his name.
David was so upset.
I had
Debo
Debo
said-
for the yards. He didn't have one reception out of the backfield. Anyway,
Yo, he was kicking beanbags.
I was throwing beanbags all over the basement.
He's like, no, somebody throw the ball to Debo. Anyway, go ahead. man.
Anyway, I think Christian McCaffrey is an absolute animal, an unstoppable force of nature. He could block, he could he could run
Too
the ball.
many weapons to cover.
He's wearing three hats as one player. As a linebacker, I don't think there's a linebacker. Mika's not really healthy right now. He injured his ankle. He's gonna play taped up, and he's getting the shot.
And you can run the ball down this. You can run the ball past him.
If Mika's gassed in the second quarter, San Fran's winning that game by 10 points.
And Stephon Gilmore can only lock down one player. It's too many weapons.
There's too many weapons.
Too many weapons.
San Francisco.
And I'm not gonna lie, George Kittle's gonna just pummel through people.
He is a nut.
Don't bet his yards. Don't bet. They're gonna use him to block. They're gonna use him to protect Brock Purdy, and he's gonna just lay people down. It's just what it's gonna happen. I like him. It's like gonna be like a 24-17 game. San Fran.
Ooh.
Me too. I'm with it. Let's go Niners.
I think the last game is Packers-Raiders in L.A.
Oh,
Or Vegas. Ooh, sorry. Vegas.
yeah. Just fade the game.
Yeah.
Just fade the game. I'm taking Green Bay money line because Josh Jacobs is angry at the team. Devontae Adams wants out. Jimmy Garoppolo's probably in a strip club somewhere.
What is going on here?
I think Green Bay wins the game, but it's just Vegas is Vegas. Your team is the Las Vegas Raiders. If Vegas is on anything,
Violation.
literally,
Violation.
it's tragic what's happening in the Raiders. I think Green Bay wins by a tutty, but.
And
It's
Devontae
so up to-
Adams, is he?
He's not happy.
He's not-
Jacoby Myers
not
was like, he
only
doesn't want
that,
to be there.
He got severely hurt last week.
Was his wrist, right? Or his arm or something like
got
that?
popped over.
He was holding that shoulder, that arm, and then he came back towards the very end of the game.
And only got like 2 receptions.
Yeah, but he's a dog, though, so he's probably
I
going to
love
play
that.
through.
And Josh, they have such good weapons. You know, like Josh
I don't know
Jacobs.
why it's not working over there. Why?
Yeah, I
Josh McDaniels, why isn't it working?
He's not a great head coach. I'm gonna be honest.
You got to
It's
kick
just a
field
diff-
goals when you're in the red zone on
Come
4th
back to
and
New
goal.
England.
Yo, come back to New England. I'd love to see that. Yo, I
That'd be
think
awesome.
the Raiders win though. With the bootleg version of Derek Carr, number 4, what's his name? O'Onnell?
Oh, Donald. Yeah, he
Wow.
looks like Derek
He
Carr.
does. He does.
He
He does.
looks like a baby Carr. Look at his lips and stuff. Like, looking around like linebacker, 44.
Yo, Davey is on one today. Get him out of here.
Shout out to David.
Oh my God.
Yo, yeah, I like Green Bay.
Yeah.
Just
Who
fade
cares
that game.
about
Stay
that
away.
game, yo?
Fade the game.
Stay away from that game.
Bet responsibly.
Yeah.
And if
Always.
y'all don't win, we don't owe y'all
Nothing.
nothing.
Cardinals,
Nothing.
San Fran, and Bills. Let's go.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to see y'all next week. Share, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Later.
Peace.
Yeah.